How's everybody doing? Everybody good? All right, man. How many of you guys, like seriously, no joke, how many of you guys remember me? Not just my face, but remember something that I said last time. Wow, that's pretty good. I'm pretty impressed. So let's throw a quiz out there. Somebody raise their hand and remember something that I said last time. Okay, very good. Process. Somebody else back there. Okay, remember something about my personal life. Let's ask this. Who else remember, this is a little off the side, who else, somebody that doesn't know me, something that I shared, remember something about my personal life? Okay, started making music videos. Somebody else, one other person. Okay, I was like a photographer, entrepreneur. Had a lot of ideas. See, the reason why I wanted to bring that up to you, because what you guys may not realize is that presentation was actually marketing. See, what I was doing to you guys is I was marketing myself to you. How many of you guys remember that picture of the long hair that I showed? Right? You guys remember that? Why did I put that in there? Because what I was doing was I was marketing to you guys. I wanted to show you that I wasn't just some business guy going to come up here and have no real life experience or not know a certain level of life that maybe you identify with most. And so the reality of it is that marketing has a lot more to do with telling stories than it does showing your product or just trying to say, hey, buy this, buy this, buy this. And so we're going to get into that real quick, and we're going to specifically talk more along the lines of internet marketing or online marketing, because right now that's where the money's at, to be honest. You know, stores are going out of business left and right. People are spending more and more time and attention on their mobile devices, on their phones. And really, if you can be successful online, that's way more than enough for you to become a multi-millionaire just online. The richest guy in the world. Does anybody know who the richest guy in the world is, by chance? Nope. Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is the richest man in the world. And what is his company? Does anybody know? Amazon. What is Amazon? An online retailer. The richest man in the world runs his business online. So if it's good enough for the richest man in the world, I'm pretty sure it's good enough for all of us. All right, so let's get into that. All right. Most of the time when people approach marketing, they think your fonts, your logos, your colors, your images, your visual identity that represents your brand. But this is not marketing at all. And this is the fastest way for you to fail at your marketing. Because most of the time we approach marketing and we're like, man, this is what you call branding. This is not marketing. There's a difference between branding and marketing. This is what you do after you've successfully marketed. This is what you do after you have successfully brought a product to the market that people want more of. Then what you do is then you dial in your colors, your visual representation, all of these kind of things. But I wanted to talk about that first, because when people think of marketing, the first thing that they think of is all of these things. Their logos. What kind of logo design am I going to have? Ooh, what kind of color scheme am I? What's my website going to look like? That is not marketing. That is branding. And branding is reserved for after you have already tested your product and the market has told you that they want more of it. Now you start working on your brand. Most people get it the other way around. They want to build their brand first. They want to build their brand and say, oh, this is this thing, and by the way, I'm selling this. But nobody cares. The market hasn't said that they want it yet. So I'm gonna break down to you some marketing type stuff today. And listen, I know you guys are young entrepreneurs, as they called it, but listen, I'm telling you this, I'm telling you the truth. I'm holding nothing back. I would give this same advice in a room full of my colleagues, in a room full of marketers, in a room full of CEOs, or any of that stuff. This is not watered down, dumbed down, a little smaller version of it. This is it. And 90% of businesses fail, not because their product wasn't good, not because their colors or logo or branding wasn't good. 90% of businesses fail because they simply just don't know how to market it. You could have the best product in the world, but if nobody knows about it, your business isn't going to be successful. And the process of people knowing about it is what we call marketing. Marketing, the action or business of promoting and selling products or services, including market research and advertising. Marketing at the front value looks very boring. It's like, man, who wants to do that? Who wants to do research and stuff like that? It's really boring, but let me just tell you this. If you can either, one, get into this and learn it for yourself, or two, find somebody else who does like it, you will set your business up for success, I guarantee it. You could have a product that is not as good, but know how to market it well, and you will do more in business than the person who has the better product, but just simply doesn't know how to market it. That's how powerful marketing is. I'm going to give you the trinity of marketing, okay? This is what we call the trinity of marketing. That's kind of what I called it. But this is the three elements of what marketing is. And it sounds really simple, and it is, but it's extremely hard, and there's a science to it. It's the right person with the right message at the right time. Do you have a toothache right now? No? Do you want to spend $300 and come to my dentist shop and I'll remove a tooth that's not hurting? No. Wrong person, wrong message, wrong time. But if he was dying of a toothache and he was looking around and, oh my gosh, all of the dentists were closed because of COVID. And this guy was up here saying, listen, I'm giving you guys 50% off of tooth removals. This dude would be like, bro, I need this right now. Like, let's go. Take this tooth out. He wouldn't even think about the money. Right person, right message, right time. Once again, sounds super simple, but incredibly difficult. There's a science to it. So I'm going to give you, this is going to be two parts to this presentation. I'm going to give you some boring stuff, but it's important. It's research. It's what you need to focus on. And then I'm going to get to the real good stuff that I know you guys are going to like, the stuff that I actually like talking about. And so we'll get into that. So if you can bear with me, if you guys can hang in there, just give me your attention on this for a minute. I promise you, we're going to get to some cool stuff, some dope stuff in a minute here. So let's go through this. What works best? This is the question that everybody asks in their business, right? What works best? You know, I was just talking with the officer, one of the officers up here, and he said that he wrote a book. And he said that he's got some trainings and he's doing some things. And so I said, man, I do marketing. Right? I said, man, one of the things that I do in marketing is I help people grow their businesses and build their brands. I help them find the right person with the right message at the right time. And you know what he did? Man, we need to talk. He gave me his phone number. This is the first time I met him. What did I do? I marketed my business to him, right? I marketed my business to him, and now we're going to sit down, and it's all love. I mean, I'm not trying to take advantage or give the dude anything he doesn't want. I'm just letting him know that, hey, I have a skill set that could possibly help you go wherever you're trying to go. And if you would like to know more about it, or if you want to sit down, then we could talk business. See, that's the wonderful thing about marketing is when it's done correctly, it's just a conversation. Oh, man, I got what you're looking for. And I got it at a good price. And I got it right now. Done deal, for sure. He was like, man, we need to sit down. I got this Instagram I'm trying to build. I got this thing. I'm looking at writing another book. Boom, 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 boom. He's giving me, what is he doing? He's letting the market tell me what he wants. Now, I could come up to him and I say, listen, man, what you need to do is you need to start a YouTube channel. And you know what? Chances are, yeah, he does. He's probably a good idea if he did. But I'm not going to go try to sell him something that he doesn't want. I'm going to let the market tell me. Now, I didn't even plan that because that just happened right now. But I'm giving you guys a live demonstration on how to look at and how to view marketing. That interaction that I had with that officer, based upon a short amount of information that I heard, could possibly result in thousands of dollars in my bank account for doing work with them. Could result. I don't know. Maybe will, maybe won't. I don't know. But let's just say this, that's a possibility. Look at how powerful marketing right now, from being in a room for 20 minutes could have just made me $2,000, $3,000. That's how powerful marketing is. And that's what marketing can do for your business. Right person, right message, right time, okay? So this is you could take a picture, or I would just write it, I don't know. I could give you the slide if you want it. I could give it to Jessica Fielding or to Jesse and NIE, and they could send it to you if you want. But this is a really, really powerful illustration here of marketing. This is what they call the customer journey. The customer journey. This is the process that a customer goes through. And this is what your marketing is going to try to help them. This is the path that your marketing is trying to help them go down. All the way till they get to that little dollar sign right there. Right? They call that a conversion. So first, in the beginning of what they call the marketing funnel, right? Because it's like a funnel, it goes down. The beginning of the marketing funnel is awareness. God bless you. Interest and awareness. First, people got to be aware of you. Right? Successful marketing first comes with people just becoming aware of you. Check this out. How many of y'all know of Red Bull? Raise your hands. I'm pretty sure everybody knows of Red Bull. Check this out. You know how Red Bull got started? First of all, if you've ever had a Red Bull, it's nasty. It tastes disgusting. Like real talk, like it just tastes disgusting. And they knew that. It gave people energy, but it tasted disgusting. And they didn't know how to get around that. What they had, just like every other business, was a marketing problem. And this is how they solved that marketing problem. They started in Europe. And so nobody would buy their drinks. And they're like, dang, what are we going to do? How are we going to market this? So you know what they did? Is they took a gang of empty cans of Red Bull. And they went out to the nightclubs and the bars and the restaurants and they threw them in the trash. And what happened? People started, what is this? Who's drinking all these Red Bull? Dang, they're everywhere. People drinking this, what is this drink? Let me try it. And what happened? Red Bull became the business that you now see today. From that simple marketing strategy. Nobody was buying a Red Bull because it's disgusting. That's why even when you drink one, like I had to drink a Red Bull drink from the coffee Dutch Brothers, and they got to mix it with other stuff just so you can like drink it because it's just, I mean, I guess if you like that kind of thing, no offense, but for the most part, it's nasty. All right, you drink it for the energy, not for the taste. But the way that they built their business was through a simple, strategic marketing tactic. Now, billion-dollar company, okay? Interest and awareness, that's what they did. First, they had to get people aware, develop some interest. Then people will start finding you. Oh, what is this? How many of you guys have looked up a product on Google before? Raise your hands. I'm sure everybody, right? You looked up a product, you want to find out more about it, where you can find it, where is it available, how much does it cost, et cetera, et cetera. So this is now leading you down the journey. Then the next thing is the reputation. Now you want to see like, man, is this thing reliable? Right? Like, is this, like, I recently bought some Beats by Dre headphones. Some of the older ones though. Because I just use them for jogging and I like how it just wraps around my ear. And I seen that I could get online, I could get Beats by Dre 2 or Beats by Dre 3. And I was like, dang, should I go an extra $50 and just get the 3s? I didn't know what the difference was. So I was like, is the difference worth that extra $50 when all I do is just use them for jogging? So I did some research, found out, made my decision. Guess what? Bought them, purchased them. I became a conversion. I then now transferred down that funnel and became a conversion. So very, very powerful. And then after that is you want to build the experience. And this is more about retaining your customers than getting new customers. But that's what I wanted to get through, okay? So the next thing is this. These are 4 elements that you are going to focus on in your marketing. The first thing is your customers. You need to know exactly who your customers are. And you need to build your marketing strategy around your customers. If your customers like or go to certain places, that's where you need to be. Just like Red Bull. Their customers were going to nightclubs, they were partying, they were kicking it, they needed some energy, they were the young crowd. So what did they do? They went to the bars and the restaurants and the nightclubs where these people hang out at. They didn't go to the nursing homes or the colleges, you know what I mean? Like, they knew who their customer was, and they went to them. They found where they were at. So you need to know your customers. What do they like? What do they not like? What language speaks to them? What words stand out to them? What resonates with them? What stories? Okay, the next thing is that you need to build your brand's story. This is really, really important. This is the second half that I'm going to get into, which is really fun. I got a little demonstration to run by you guys to see if it makes sense to you. So building your brand strategy. Storytelling is one of the most powerful marketing tools that you could ever have. How many of y'all like movies? Y'all like movies? How many of you guys like YouTube? How many of you listen to podcasts? Not so much, maybe. How many of y'all like TikTok? How many of y'all spend way too much time on TikTok? Just be real. Keep it real. Right? Why? It's entertainment. But what you don't realize is that they're actually telling you stories. These are stories. These are micro stories, small stories. that you're being able to witness to. And this is one of the most powerful ways of marketing. And I'll show you an example in 1 minute here. Then you need to utilize content marketing. This is really the most effective way you can market, is through content. Video, images, pictures, social media, things like that. People want to consume some sort of content, YouTube channel, any kind of things. This is what is called content marketing. And this is a form of online marketing. One of the most, they call him the godfather of modern marketing. He has a quote that says that content marketing is the only marketing that's left. And basically the idea is this: radio, television, newspaper, all that stuff's dead. If you want to be successful at marketing, you need to do it through content. And people are getting massive, massive results with it. Okay? Understand your customer's journey. We already talked about that. Marketing, content, and strategy. Okay? You got to know what results you're after. And this is one of the biggest mistakes for people that try to market stuff. They don't know what actual results are happening. So you run an advertisement, but you don't know how many people clicked on it. And you don't know how many people from the people that clicked on it actually visited your website. And then from those people actually went to the checkout page. And from those people actually made a purchase. Like, you're not aware of the data. And so this is really boring stuff. It really is. Like, I get it. But it's really important because you just got to know there's tons of way to track stuff with online activity. You can track the amount of time that somebody watches your video. You can track where they fall off at. You can track how many times they click it, where they go on your website, what websites they went to after your website. The amount of ability to track people's behavior online is incredible. So, but it's one of those boring things that, you know, you got to just know if you really want to be effective at marketing. Okay, there's a quote. It says this. It's called Pearson's Law. And this is really a law that applies to everything in life, not just marketing. But it says this: when performance is measured, performance improves. When performance is measured and reported back, the rate of improvement accelerates. So what does that mean? It means this: that when you know what kind of clicks you're after or what kind of results you're trying to get, the more you measure that, the greater you're going to do. The more you just like, I don't know. How many people go to your website? I don't know. How many people, submitted that contact form or pressed that click button or what? I don't know. Well, then you're probably not going to be very successful at online marketing or marketing in general. So you got to measure this kind of stuff. This is just a boring graph. Social media marketing, traditional marketing, and then in the middle is online. But really, it's boring because it's outdated. And honestly, it's really all just about online marketing right now. All right, let's get into the fun stuff. This is the fun stuff. This is the stuff that I love. This is the stuff that I study. And this is the stuff that really makes a difference in the bottom line of every single business that I've personally examined, even including my own. And it's something that I continually strive to do better at. Storytelling. First, you got to understand story structure. We're going to break that down. But some of the benefits of storytelling is that it's digestible. People can consume it easily. It's like if I tell you a story, I'm about to tell you a story in the next slide. It's very easy to consume that. Okay? It's engaging. People want to engage with that. It quickly builds trust in people. People see a story, they identify with a character or something like that. They get this sense of like, I like that story. I want that result for him. How many of y'all seen a movie before and you're like, you want that character to win? You're just like, dang, come on, man. He keeps on getting a bad rap or something bad keeps on happening. And you're like, man, you want him to win today. That's because storytelling evokes that emotion in people. It's emotional targeting. You can target people based on emotional responses. And so there's a common saying in business that says that people don't buy based on logic. They buy based on emotion, and then they justify with logic. So what that means is that people don't make purchases because it logically makes sense. People make purchases because they emotionally want what that thing has to offer, and then they try to justify it with logic. Like, for example, Jordans, right? Like, logically, that doesn't make sense to spend $300-400 on Jordans or whatever, Off-Whites or whatever it is that you're buying. It doesn't make sense logically to spend that on shoes, logically. But it does emotionally, because what it does emotionally is it puts you in a position of status. It puts you in a position of being recognized as something. It puts you in a position there's another value that you get out of it. And because of that, you're willing to buy it and then justify it logically. Okay, relatability, it relates. We can relate to it. Listen to this, problems tell stories. If you don't have a problem, you don't have a story. And I'll give you an example, like I said in the next slide. If you don't have a problem, you don't have a story. A lot of times, people think that their problems, check this out, listen to me on this one. People think that their problems in life, your shortcomings, what you don't have available to you, what you grew up with, what you wish you had but you didn't have. If things were just better, it could have been. You think that those problems are actually holding you back. But the reality is they're not. The reality is that those problems are actually is what's giving you a story to tell and build the success of your business around. That if you can take all of those things that were done to you, that were around you, that you feel bad about, that you hate, the insecurities, no matter what it is, you look in the mirror, you don't like the way your body looks, you look around you, you wish you had this, you wish you had a father or a mother, you wish you had siblings, you wish you had a better place to live, so forth and so forth. All of those things, yeah, they're problems, but all of those things can be used to be able to create a story to build your business around and actually create success in your life. And I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact because not only have I experienced that for myself of shortcomings after shortcomings after shortcomings, where it's like, dang, this happened. How am I going to overcome that? I wish I had that. I wish I had this. Over and over and over again, I've been able to use those to be able to create success in my business. And also, too, it's a competitive advantage. Most people don't know how to tell stories. So if you sell T-shirts and you sell T-shirts, if you can tell a better story, you're going to win. That's just a competitive advantage. Because chances are, most people don't know how to do it. So let's get into it. What problem do you solve? This is what you really need to think about in your business. What problem does your business solve? Let me ask you a question. What problem does Uber solve? Getting somewhere you need. Transportation. What else? Anybody else? Being stuck on the side of the road? Getting you Uber Eats? Okay, that's another business too. Here's the thing. Go ahead. What is it? Drunk driving. Okay, yeah, it does. You're right. It does. It solves all of those problems. But why were they successful when taxis already do that? Taxis drive drunk people. Taxis get you from point A to point B. Taxis get you from. Ain't nothing new. Ain't no new business idea. Because it's on an app. Okay, that's one thing. They're outdated. Okay. They weren't advertising as much? Okay. Some yes and some no. Good point. Okay. That's a good point too. That's a really good point. These are all good points. Let me just tell you this. The problem that Uber solves is not giving you a ride. The problem that Uber solves is getting you more time. It's getting you more time. It's convenience. It's not about the ride. Or else if it was about the ride, then they would have you, like, you have to have this kind of car. You have to have this kind of thing. They don't. You could use your own car. It doesn't matter, as long as it's decent, right? It's not about the ride. Their business model, their story that they're telling is not based upon a ride because there's tons of businesses that already do that. What their story is let me help you win your day as a busy person or somebody that just needs to get from point A to point B. You don't have to wait as long for a taxi because you just hit that app. You can follow where they're going. You know when they're going to be there. It's like 10 minutes. It's super quick. They get you from point A to point B. Guess what? I don't care. Listen, I've been in a lot of Ubers and Lyfts, and I've been in there with some weird people where I'm like, dang, this dude's weird. Or some of them trying to talk to you, and you're just like, look, bro, just get me from where I'm trying to go. I ain't trying to have a conversation with you, right? The experience isn't really the best, but they're helping me win my day because I need time. I'm busy, man. I got somewhere to go. I got somewhere to go. So that's their story that they're telling, and they're a big, big business because of it. Why is it important? Because I'm a busy person, and I got things to do. And I don't need to be waiting 30 minutes, an hour on a taxi when I just need to go up the street real quick and handle some business. I got to go to work real quick, and I got to drop my car off at Jiffy Lube to get an oil change. Like, I don't got time for this. I don't need no taxi, man. I just need somebody to just pick me up and take me where I'm going. That's why it's important. What will their life look like if they don't get it? This is another important part of storytelling, and I'm wrapping this up. You need to really understand what your customer's life will look like if they don't get what it is that you're trying to sell them. If I don't get Uber, I might have to deal with a $40 taxi bill and wait 45 minutes for some dude to come pick me up. Hecka expensive, hecka pricey. And if you go to different cities or different countries, sometimes they try to rip you off. I don't have to give them no money. See, that's another thing that Uber does. You pay for it through the app. There's no transactions. I've had taxi people try to rip me off before. I'm like, dude, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to deal with that with Uber. They don't even touch your money. You just pay them to give you a ride. That's all you want. My life would look worse if I didn't have that. Okay, so I hope I gave you some good things to think about. In wrapping this all up with marketing, this is what I want you to understand. This is just some key takeaways, okay? It's not about your logos. It's not about your branding. It's not about none of that. It's about how you communicate in the marketplace with your product or service. Who it is that you're trying to sell it to. What it is that they want. What problems are they encountering? What would their life look like if they had it? And what would their life look like if they didn't? If you can answer those questions in your marketing strategy, if you can really dial in what those things are, you will be successful in your marketing. And let me tell you this, once again, to wrap this up, 90% of businesses fail because they don't know how to market. 90% of all organizations fail, period. Not just businesses, nonprofits, all kind of organizations fail because they don't know how to tell their story. They don't know how to market. So I hope you guys got something out of it. Thank you so much for your guys' time, and I'll pass it back over.